Welcome to Lexivia English. Ready to take your English to the next level? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy the journey.
The Great Automation. It didn't happen overnight, but it happened faster than anyone expected. It began in the factories, where robots had been working for years. But these new robots were different. They were smarter, faster, and could learn. Soon, they weren't just building cars, they were designing them too. Then, the automation spread. In the cities, self-driving trucks, buses, and taxis became the only vehicles on the roads. They moved with perfect efficiency, never causing accidents or traffic jams. In restaurants, robotic arms cooked every meal with precision, while automated waiters delivered the food with a polite, pre-programmed smile. It was clean, it was efficient, and it was everywhere. Soon, even jobs that required a human mind began to disappear. Powerful AI programs could analyze financial markets, write news articles, and even compose music. Doctors and lawyers found that AI could diagnose diseases and review legal documents with more accuracy than any human. In every field, in every country, the message was the same. A machine can do it better. For the first time in history, humanity faced a world without jobs. There was no work to be done. The robots, owned by a few massive global corporations, produced everything everyone needed: food, housing, clothing, and entertainment. And everything was free, a world of leisure. At first, it felt like a dream come true. No one had to wake up early for work. There were no stressful meetings, no difficult bosses, and no long commutes. People were free to do whatever they wanted. Many people used their new freedom to learn and create. Art galleries were filled with beautiful paintings and sculptures. Parks were full of people playing music, practicing new sports, or simply reading under a tree. People who had always been too busy to travel could now explore the world. They visited ancient ruins, climbed tall mountains, and sailed across vast oceans. Communities became stronger. Neighbors who had once been too tired from work to talk to each other now had time for long conversations. They organized street parties, built community gardens, and helped each other with creative projects. It seemed that without the pressures of work, humanity had become kinder and more relaxed. A new golden age of art, science, and philosophy began. But this perfect world of leisure had a dark side that was slowly beginning to show: the search for purpose. After a few years, a strange new problem started to spread. It was a feeling of emptiness. For centuries, a person's job had given them more than just money. It had given them a purpose. A doctor felt useful when she healed a patient. A builder felt proud when he finished a house. Work gave people a reason to get out of bed in the morning. Now, with no work to do, many people felt lost. They started asking themselves difficult questions. What is my value? What is my purpose in this world? How do I contribute? The endless leisure, which had once felt like a gift, now felt like a curse. Depression and boredom became serious global issues. People tried to find meaning in hobbies and entertainment, but for many, it wasn't enough. The thrill of watching a movie or playing a game was temporary. They missed the feeling of being needed, of solving a real problem, of making a real difference. Humanity had been freed from the burden of labor, but in the process, it had lost a fundamental part of its identity: the human skills. A new movement began to grow, quietly at first, and then with great energy. It was a movement focused on human skills, the things that robots could not replicate. People started to value things that had been forgotten in the age of automation. They started to crave real human interaction. Instead of listening to perfectly composed AI music, They sought out live concerts where musicians made small mistakes and played with real passion. Instead of eating a perfectly cooked robot meal, they preferred a simple dish cooked by a friend, even if it wasn't perfect. They wanted the human touch, storytelling, empathy, and emotional connection became the new currency. People who were good at listening, at making others laugh, or at resolving conflicts became the most respected members of society. These were skills that the logical, efficient minds of the robots could not understand. People realized that their true value was not in what they could produce, but in how they could connect with each other. The rise of the artisans. This new focus on human skills led to a surprising economic shift. A demand for handmade goods began to grow. People became tired of the identical mass-produced items made by robots. They wanted things with a story, things made by a human hand. A carpenter who could build a chair with unique details became more valuable than a factory of robots. A weaver who could create a beautiful, imperfect rug was celebrated. A chef who could create a new recipe full of surprising flavors attracted more interest than the most efficient automated kitchen. These new artisans were not just creating objects, they were creating connections. When you bought a handmade table, you didn't just get a piece of furniture. You got a piece of the person who made it. Small local markets began to appear, where people could buy and sell these unique, human-made goods. This new economy was not about efficiency or profit. It was about creativity, passion, and community. A hybrid future. The world did not reject the robots. The incredible efficiency of the automated systems still provided for everyone's basic needs. Humanity found a balance. The robots handled the labor, the production, and the logistics, creating a world of abundance and safety for everyone. This gave people the freedom to pursue what truly mattered. Humanity's job was now to be human, Their work was to create art, to explore science, to care for one another, and to build strong communities. They focused on philosophy, on ethics, on understanding their own consciousness. The one thing the machines could never have. The world was no longer divided into the employed and the unemployed. Instead, it was a world where technology served humanity, freeing it to reach for a higher purpose. Having lost all their jobs, people had finally discovered their real work. The future was not about what people did for a living. It was about what they did with their lives.